Hello and welcome to the Downsized, or more specifically, the Downsized at Sea.
See,
Welcome. My name is Christopher Durham,
I'm Laraine Durham.
and as I said, we are the Downsized. This is our weekly weigh-in. What's today, Laraine?
Today is Sunday, December 29th, 19, 2024.
Sunday, December 29th,
I'm lost in
2024. So
time.
it's almost the end of the year. I think this is our last weekly weigh-in for the year.
Whoop, whoop.
So, whoop, whoop. We are currently on the Carnival Sunshine, a cruise ship out of the lovely city of Charleston on their second to last sailing before it leaves Charleston.
Yeah.
Touring around the Caribbean. It's a little choppy out there, but it's been a good
Sea
cruise.
was angry today, my friends.
It wasn't angry.
Remember that Seinfeld where George goes, "The sea was angry that day, my friends."
Anyway, so if you haven't been to the Downsized before, we are a husband and wife. We've been married for 21 plus years, going on 22 in March. I'm 56 years old.
I'm 55.
And we have been on a GLP-1 journey, adventure as I prefer to call it, for the last a little more than a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I have used compounded tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro, so all basically tirzepatide. They've all worked very well for me. We'll talk about our weight loss in a little while, but what have you used?
I've only used compounded tirzepatide. We started September 29th of 2023. I think we've taken about 4 shots
Something like that. Yep.
so far. So I took one branded Zepbound shot of his when we traveled a while back. But other than that, I've done all compounded tirzepatide shots.
Absolutely. So this is our chance every week to tell you what's going on with us, to give you the numbers, because everybody wants to know the numbers. Are you up? Are you down? How'd you do? What impacted? What'd you eat? All those fun things.
Ate a lot.
So, of course, it's been the holidays, and we've been on a cruise, so who knows? All right, Lee, do you want to tell us how you've done?
So I'm starting.
You
Okay,
are.
so like I said, I'm a 55-year-old mom of 3 kids who are basically grown-ups now, 26, 20, and 18. The 20 and 18-year-old are here with us on the cruise. They're still sleeping because it's 8:30 in the morning. But, we wake up pretty much between 6 and 7 pretty much every day. So we woke up today. So we said, hey, we can film our weekly weigh-in. So we did bring our travel scale along with us, and I'll get to that in a second. So my starting weight was 193 pounds. 193 pounds. So I've lost 50 pounds and maintained it since about July of 2024. So I've been maintaining. I've lost a little bit, gained a little bit, but pretty much within that 50-pound area till now, and it's now December 29th, 2024. So last week, on Christmas, actually, is that right? No, on the 20th. No.
Last Friday.
Last Friday. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what day of the week it is. It's that weird time between Christmas and New Year's, and plus we're, on vacation, so I have no idea what day it is. But anyway, last week, I did take some notes. But last week, I looked on my app and I weighed 141.6. So that was a little bit below my 50-pound mark. But not to worry, because I weighed myself today on the travel scale, and I was 143.8. So that means I'm up from last week 2.2 pounds and down in total 49.2 pounds. So not so bad. Up a little bit from Christmas and traveling, and now being on a cruise. I don't really feel like I've overeaten on the cruise so much, but I definitely have eaten more than we eat at home. So that's me.
What dose are you currently on?
Oh, I'm currently on the 7.5 milligram dose. And should we tell them what happened?
Sure.
We packed everything, right? So we packed gifts for my parents and stuff for my Christopher
So
made.
prior to the cruise, we came down, and her parents and
We
family
drove
lived close to the port, so we came down.
We came
did Christmas
down
with
and
them.
did Christmas on Christmas with my parents and my sister. And we had we packed for the cruise, we packed for that, we had gifts, we had Christopher made rolls for Christmas dinner, and anyway, we didn't pack our shots.
We got about halfway to Charleston and went, oh no!
I said, Christopher, did you pack the shots? And he said, no, I did not. Did you pack the shots? And I said, no, I did not. So, and we even had the travel case in the freezer, frozen, ready to go. We were going to bring
sitting on the counter,
the vial and the needles, and so we didn't. So you know what? It's not the end of the world. We take our shots on Friday. We'll be home
tomorrow,
Monday. So we'll take our shots when we get home, and that's just nothing we can do about it, and it's fine. So maybe I've been a little bit hungrier yesterday, today, but honestly,
not really.
Not really. So that's what we'll do when we get home.
Listen, for maintenance, you've taken shots every week, so you continue to take shots, and you've adjusted those a little bit up and down based off your hunger and your need.
Yeah, so as I was losing, I titrated up in dose until I got to 12.5 milligrams of compounded tirzepatide. I hit my goal weight back in July. And then I came down in dose every month, trying to see, what could I really live on, so to speak. So I went down to 10, I went down to 7.5, I went down to 5 for a few weeks. And I'm like, I'm super hungry and I'm hearing a lot of food noise, so I went up to 7.5. So I've been on 7.5 now, a good couple of months, and I've gone up to 10 a couple times just when I felt like I was going the wrong direction. And I had a colonoscopy in there, so I was off for a while. I have another colonoscopy coming up in January, actually in about 2 weeks. So that Monday shot day is going to actually work a little bit better for me because my colonoscopy, I think, is on a Wednesday. So I'll be off 7 days and plus like 2 days for the colonoscopy.
Yeah,
so that'll be fine. So a lot of people talk about, for maintenance, like what do you do for maintenance? Do you stretch the days out? Do you reduce the dosage? Are you going to microdose? For me, and I think everybody has to figure this out, it's a very personal.
This is where we haven't said it yet, but we're not doctors. We're
not
just a husband and wife. We're suburban family who has taken this medication for the last year plus. So this is our experience. We've done a lot of research. We've talked to a lot of you guys out there. So we're not, we know a little bit, but please, if you need medical assistance, go to your doctor, talk to your prescribing physician, get the help that you need, because it's not us.
Oh, I haven't said my height. So when I started this weight loss journey, or basically through my adult life, I was 5'5.5". Okay. So a few years ago, I went for my annual checkup. I'd shrunk to 5'5". Bummer, because when you are shorter, you can weigh less on the charts. So that was what I was most upset about. Anyway.
Did you see the comment somebody left us about that?
No, what'd they say? You shrink because you lose
because you lose weight in your head because your head's fat and your feet are fat. Which my head got smaller.
How's that got to do with height?
Well, first of all, it felt a little personal, so it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, calling me a fathead. But I know you weren't doing that. It did feel a little personal. His
head was very large. Like he'd have to get super big hats and stuff.
Yeah, so I had some of that, and I love hats. So some of the hats that I have don't fit anymore. They're like come down to like here.
Yeah.
And then my shoes have gone down a full size. So did I lose a quarter inch or something in height? Probably.
Oh, because your feet compress?
Yeah.
That could be.
I don't know.
That could be. So anyway, I shrank from 5'5" to 5 foot. And then my last doctor appointment in March of 2024, I was 5'4.25", and I was really upset about that because my weight loss goal had been 156. It was always 156 was my weight loss goal at Weight Watchers when I was 5'5.5", because I rounded to 5'6", and the top end for a 5'6" person at Weight Watchers is 156. So when I got to 5'5", I think the top end was 150. I don't know. Then I decided that I should be 143 because that would be an even 50 pounds, and I kind of liked, that sounded good. But then I talked to my mochi doctor online, and he said, well, you probably should be in the 130s. And so, I don't know, maybe after this colonoscopy, I'll maybe explore seeing if I can get to 130s. Anyway, I don't know that it really matters because I went from a size 12-14 to a size 4-6, so I had to get rid of all my clothes. I basically have bought all new clothes, and so it's kind of just a process, and that's kind of expensive, and we've kind of just been doing that over time. Yeah. I don't really want to ditch the things I've got, and for what? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I forget where I was going with this.
Who knows? No one really knows.
Maintenance. So after I had this colonoscopy in January, I'm going to see maybe if I could hit like 138 or something like that, and then kind of do the maintenance. So
because you've basically been in maintenance since June, July.
Been in maintenance, and I feel like if I'm not doing a weekly shot, I feel like my weight's going to go up. But I might try playing around with it just to see. I mean, I'd like to, people ask, well, do you have to be on this medication forever? Our answer is, yeah, probably. But, forever is, as Prince says, a mighty long time. So, other medications are being developed by Big Pharma right now. So there's a lot of GLP-1s coming down the pike in the next couple of years. And who knows what is going to come out. There might be a pill that comes out. Now, this is probably a year, 2 years, maybe more away. But, when you're talking about forever and maintaining this, hopefully the next 30 years plus of our life.
Well, we'll talk about it in the news tomorrow. So the first liraglutide, generic, was announced a couple of months ago, and then just this week, the second one was announced, and they dropped their prices on that daily shot to, I think, like $125 or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll get all the details, but all that to be said, it was basically 3 months ago the same prices as tirzepatide and semaglutide. So a little bit of competition comes in, and all of a sudden the prices are dropping. Now, that one's not as good as effective for weight loss, but it might be the perfect answer for a lot of people. I mean, we've talked to people who have used it, and it might be a great answer for maintenance. So there'll be options coming.
I mean, right now I buy my compounded tirzepatide from Mochi Health. It's an online provider, and I pay $199 a month plus a $99 membership fee, which is honestly pretty reasonable from where this started a year ago. The prices of compounded have come down.
I thought it was a $79 membership fee now.
It was a $79. What did I say, 99?
You did. And it can be $49.
Yeah, they'll submit your insurance, so you might even get a lower price. If you want to use my code and save $40 off your first order with Mochi, we'll put the code and the link in the description. My code is QIYG, the letter O, and 8. So when you use my code, you save $40, and I save $40. Yay! So anyway,
so
that's it.
And we'll talk about, but I'll do mine then. So,
and we don't compounding. Will it be around forever? I don't know. But right now, today, when we're making this video, I can reorder.
Yep.
I can reorder it, and so that's what I'm always going to tell you what I'm doing right now today. I'm not going to worry about the future because really, who knows? And I can only worry about today. So that's what I'm going to do.
My turn now?
It's your turn now.
Oh, so hold on. I had to write my numbers down too. So I started at 286.5 on September 29th of last year.
2023.
Of 2023. And it was going in the wrong direction. So I would have been 300 probably by the end of the year if I had to guess. Health just not looking good. Bad, I was on blood pressure meds, cholesterol meds. Had bad knee for years and years and years, for decades really, since I was 6. Sleep apnea, the whole 9 yards, and this medication has just changed everything about it. So I am currently at 196. So
Wow.
if you're following along, so I crossed over into Wonderland, I guess 2 weeks ago or something like that. Last week I was 195.2, so I'm up 0.8 or something, not quite a pound. since between Christmas and the cruise, so that's not too bad at all. And honestly, I always feel like on a cruise I kind of retain weight, or retain water, my feet swell, and it's just kind of is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
We did bring this, so we have a Renfo travel scale. It's the scale that we had in our Amazon store for Black Friday. It was on sale, great deal, so we brought it with us. It's interesting. Now I'll put it in our store, so in our Amazon store. So if you want to go buy it, it's a great little scale. It's smaller than a sheet of paper. We compared it to our scale at home, and I think it was a little bit lighter than.
A little bit lighter. It's like a half a pound lighter than. I weighed myself side by side, like the home scale and the travel scale, and the travel scale was 0.6 of a pound lighter. I think we said, right?
Yep.
So.
Well, no, mine was 0.4.
Okay, 0.4.
0.4, yeah. So maybe I'm a pound down. Who knows?
Yeah.
I will tell you, on the cruise ship, as long as we were pretty steady, it worked fine. When we were moving more, so you had more rock, I couldn't get it to. It would say 250, 113. It was just kind of.
You're standing on it like.
Yeah.
And the pads for your feet, it's the size of a sheet of paper, so it's smaller, and you have to kind of hit your heel and the pad of your foot, like right on the little connectors. And if you leaned back, it was less, and if you leaned forward, it was more, and then the ship would rock. And so, I mean,
I think it worked well, and you just kind of measure it against yours, and you can add or subtract whatever the difference is. But it was very, very close. And I've weighed, I think, every day on the ship, and most days it was fine. But one day it was kind of the ship was moving too much, and I could not stand still enough to get a consistent weight.
And we put it in the bathroom of our cabin. And seeing that scale sitting on the bathroom floor of the cabin is maybe a good reminder that you still need to be accountable to yourself, and just because you're on vacation doesn't mean you can eat everything in sight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe. And then maybe I don't really want to see that scale either. Yeah. But this is our first time bringing a scale on vacation.
Yeah, we've never done that at all. So I am down. I'm down basically 90 pounds. My goal weight is 190, so I'm about 5-6 pounds away from the goal weight. That'll put me just shy of 100. I might end up shooting for 100 pounds down. Who knows? We'll see.
I mean, what would that be? 186?
Yeah.
Gosh, I started at 193. That's weird. Well,
186 is what I weighed when I graduated from high school.
Wait, you'd only weigh 40 pounds more than me if you were 186.
Okay.
It's weird, right?
Right.
Is that weird?
And that would still, I think I'd be right on the edge of overweight and normal on the BMI scale at 186.
At 186?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Men's weights are weird. I don't understand them. I mean, I'm pretty knowledgeable about women's weights because I've weighed a lot of different weights over my life, but men's weights really don't compute to me. I don't know. What do you think about being 186? What'd you weigh in high school? You were like a thin person in high school.
It's like you don't listen to me.
That's
what I just said.
Is that what you weighed in high school?
I weighed 186 when I graduated.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wore a size 32 pants. Did I wear a size 34 pant?
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible that I could get into a 32 at 186. That would not shock me.
All right.
What do I think of that? Well, if you had asked me a year and a half ago, I would have thought that was an impossible pipe dream. There's no way.
Oh, yeah. No.
There's no way I could ever be that again in my life.
Right.
And particularly when we do these cruises and these vacations and we're active and we're going up and down steps and, all of those things, it's just so much easier.
It's so much easier.
I mean, and honestly, the medication works so well for me. Although the food is certainly tempting, and I walked by and accidentally had a cheeseburger yesterday.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
But I didn't have breakfast, so it wasn't like
It's fine.
I was. If you've ever sailed Carnival before, they have Guy Fieri, who's the diners, drive-ins, and dive-ins guy. Who I've been to his restaurants. They're not traditionally great restaurants. However, they have a Guy Fieri burger joint on Carnival that is a delicious kind of smash burger, and usually there's a line of 100
long
people.
line.
and we got back from our excursion. We had gone out to a private island, and it was windy and kind of cold. So it was the best private island experience, but it wasn't the island's fault. And we had gotten back, and I was walking by, and there was this guy sitting there and there's a whole line on one side. There's no line on the other side. Why nobody was on the other side? And he goes, "I have fresh burgers," and I'm like,
Okay.
"The burger gods have spoken." And then
It's like it was meant to be.
but I mean, then I hardly ate dinner, so it was just.
And he called up to me, and I'm like, "Are you eating a cheeseburger?" And he's like, "Well, it was kind of by mistake." I'm like, oh.
It was delicious.
Well, I kind of just had a margarita, and it wasn't by mistake.
But I mean, that's where it just kind of points to we eat what we want to eat. We're just being smarter about it, and we indulge in small amounts, and we do everything that we need to do because we keep that calorie deficit down. We eat the right amount of protein. Yeah, but there's no such thing as perfection for us. We don't beat ourselves up. We're not. The goal is not perfection. The goal is life. And I want to enjoy being on a cruise, enjoy being with my family.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we did an excursion yesterday here in the Bahamas and went out. Laraine went snorkeling in some cold water.
You know, we're with two other families snorkeling like off the coast of this little private island. They had like a sunken boat and some other sunken things you could snorkel around and look at. And so I decided I was going to snorkel. I don't know. And one of the other dads was going to snorkel, and one of the other boys was going to snorkel with his dad. So the three of us get in there, and that water is choppy and it's rough. And the guy's saying, if you can't swim, you probably don't need to snorkel today. And I'm like, well, I can swim. So I'm like out there breaststroking and kicking the feed and like looking at the stuff, and it's freezing. Like it is windy and it's kind of cold and it's not sunny. It's kind of like today it's cloudy. And I'm like, I think I'm done with this. So my watch says, it looks like you're working out. Record, pull, swim. But I'd put it on the water lock mode, so it didn't count, but it did count. So we did that for a few minutes, and it was pretty cold. But I felt like I got in some exercise, and so that was good. And I got over 10,000 steps yesterday, so that's good.
All right, so that's us for this week. We'll be back at home for the news tomorrow. So make sure you catch that. We'll also be live the following day on Wednesday for our first live of the year. So make sure you join us at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And thank you once again from the Caribbean and the Carnival Sunshine. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized. See you next time.
Bye.